Imagine for a moment a war unlike any you've ever conceived. Not fought with armies and bombs, but with, whispered secrets, cryptic poems.
And letters. Intense personal letters sent across history itself.
Exactly. It's a truly mesmerizing concept, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into an extraordinary narrative that brings this very idea to life. Our sources are excerpts from the acclaimed novel This Is How You Lose the Time War.
Which is essentially this collection of clandestine correspondence between two rival agents.
Known only as Red and Blue. They operate on opposing sides of a conflict spanning all of history, a time war where the past, present, and future are all, well, battlegrounds.
Yeah, the stakes couldn't be higher.
Our mission today is to unpack this fascinating exchange, revealing how these agents, initially sworn enemies, forge an unexpected, undeniable connection through their letters.
We'll look at how they communicate, the agencies they work for.
Right, their different strategies, and the really profound questions their relationship raises about loyalty, identity, war, and peace, even.
It definitely redefines being well-informed about a conflict.
It really does.
What's immediately striking about this narrative is how it makes communication itself a primary weapon. It's not just what they say.
But how they say it, the act of reaching out.
Exactly. It crafts a battlefield that's less about, big temporal shifts and more about the deeply psychological impact of one mind on another.
That's a powerful distinction. So let's set the stage for this unique kind of conflict. We have these two incredibly powerful clandestine organizations. On one side, there's Red's agency. Our sources describe them as an unstoppable force, all about speed, flash, and dash,
Aggressively arranging futures where their agency rules.
And Red herself embodies this. She's described as a brutal, efficient killer, accustomed to knotting strands of history.
And by knotting strands, we're talking about their method of manipulating timelines. Think of history as this vast, intricate tapestry.
Okay.
Red's agency is actively and forcefully reweaving sections, tying off new patterns, making sure certain futures become, well, inescapable.
It sounds very direct, almost violent, that kind of intervention.
It is, which is a stark contrast then to Blue's side.
Blue's garden, described as the immovable object, focusing on a much more patient, almost organic approach.
Right. Planting and pruning of strands, burrowing into time's braid.
So if Red's agency is about tying knots,
Blue's garden is about cultivation. They nurture timelines, gently guiding events, subtly altering histories, let's say genetic makeup.
a slow burn, less direct assault, more shaping the environment until their preferred future blossoms.
Precisely.
And their first real interaction we see, it's just a masterclass in psychological warfare.
Oh, absolutely.
Red is fresh off this brutal mission, ensuring no one survives this battle to muddle the futures her agency's arranged. She's cleared a dying planet,
Total victory, total control.
and amidst the desolation, she finds it. A clean, cream-colored letter, single line, burn before reading.
Talk about audacious. For Red, this isn't just a message, it's a direct challenge left right there in her victory zone.
She knows it's a trap, right?
Yep.
Reads like a trap.
Immediately. Possibly a new virus, like a mind-infecting piece of information, or maybe blackmail fodder. Something to get her in trouble with her commandant.
But the sheer nerve of it, she has to read it.
She's compelled, finds a lighter, burns the paper, and as the sparks rise, words form. Signed, Blue.
And Blue's reply is even more provocative, almost theatrical.
Right. She reconstructs Red's burned letter using rainbow blood and ash, writing in sapphire ink in a viney hand.
Then apologizes for a missed encounter with some doctor, subtly brags about braiding strand 6 to strand 9.
And tells Red the war was just tic-tac-toe until Red brought depth to your side's speed. It's a performance, like you said.
It really is.
And here's the kicker. Blue's subtle accusation. She suggests Red is already infiltrated just by reading the letter, by letting Blue's words in.
Wow. So the battlefield shifts instantly, from the planet to Red's own mind.
Exactly. By engaging, Red has already compromised herself in a way. This first exchange isn't just communication.
It's part of the war, a psychological gambit, a taunt.
A test of wills, of intelligence. Blee announcing her presence, her power, in a way Red just can't ignore.
What an opening. Okay, let's move into the next stage where these exchanges start pushing beyond just strategy.
Yeah.
Things get more personal.
They certainly do.
Red is deep in an ancient Earth labyrinth, a small twist mission, she calls it, altering history slightly so a hermitage exists centuries later.
And the sources say this little correspondence breach with Blue has actually made her more meticulous.
Right. Interesting effect. She's collecting bones for her work, and then on the bones themselves, a hidden message.
Yeah, the game of cat and mouse definitely escalates here. Blue's letter, titled Dear Red, in Tooth, in Claw, pretty ominous, reveals she's been watching. She talks about reading Red's last letter, imagining the fire glinting off my teeth, and admits looking long and hard at you while you assembled my little art project.
Creepy and effective.
And then the reveal. Blue didn't stop Red's mission with force. She made the key pilgrim. Red needed fall in love and travel instead of building the hermitage.
So subtle.
And she ends with that probing question. Will you go still or turn sharply when you know that I'm watching you? It's this calculated intimacy, threatening, but also weirdly alluring.
Unnerving surveillance, for sure. But it's not long before Red gets her chance to reply in kind.
Oh yeah, payback time.
Blue, disguised as a pilgrim, get this, with antique typewriter keys on her fingertips.
The details are just fantastic.
Infiltrates a temple to steal a god. Not a deity, but a physical object, crucial for this timeline's random number generators, basically controlling probabilities.
So a linchpin for that strand of history.
Exactly. She disables thousands of pilgrims with airborne malware, solves ancient riddles using poetry, and then she finds a message.
And this is where Red's response tells you so much about her. Her letter, playfully titled Dearest Buddha-Ba-Dee, reveals she let Blue disable the pilgrims, but she couldn't let her steal the god. She explains the consequences, cryptographic crisis, hungry masses rioted. But the key thing is, Red implies she could have trapped Blue there, but didn't. A clear deviation from agency protocol.
A choice.
A choice. She playfully repays Blue's bone trick with a note of my own, and the ending. Those postscripts about slow-acting contact poison.
Just kidding, or am I? Lamley, it's such a perfect mix of playful taunt and genuine threat. You really feel how these letters are moving beyond just tactics.
Absolutely. They're sharing jokes, personal touches, maybe even subtle concerns for each other.
The communication itself is becoming like a new strand in the war, woven between them.
Exactly. We're seeing more than just strategy. We're seeing a shared language develop, hints of mutual respect, and crucially, glimpses of each agent being a bit deviant.
Within their super strict organizations.
Right. It's becoming this complex dance of minds, not just a fight between factions.
And the dance keeps deepening, going into incredibly personal places. Red's on this truly deep cover assignment, embedded in a Mongol horde, playing the role of a man for a decade.
10 years. The commitment is unreal.
10 years in, she finds a letter. In the heart of a tree, carved over a century ago. Can you imagine the patience for that delivery?
It speaks volumes about the long game these agents play. And Blue's letter, My Perfect Red, definitely reflects that deep dive.
How so?
It asks these profound philosophical questions. Do your kind eat anymore? Is it all tubes? Do you sleep, Red, or dream? She's probing Red's very being, her humanity, the nature of her agency.
Cutting right to the core.
And she asks, what do you want from this, Red? What are you doing here? Tell me something true or tell me nothing at all. Plus, she directly calls out Red's deviation. You could have killed me, but didn't.
It's a huge challenge to Red's identity, her loyalty.
Meanwhile, Blue's embedded as a hunter in Newfoundland. She finds her name, Blue, written as seal's fur.
Seriously, in the fur.
Yep. And inside the seal, a piece of cod with Red's reply. The ingenuity just keeps escalating.
It's wild. What does Red say?
Her reply, my dear Mood Indigo, is incredibly revelatory, almost confessional. She talks about her agency's rebraiding dance, this constant reshaping of history, and the pressure from Commandant.
Okay.
And then she confesses to eating for pleasure, describes blueberry pancakes drizzled with maple syrup, even eating glass.
Eating glass? Why?
She says it's as one only revels in pursuits one does not need. It highlights her alienation, her defiance of just biological function. She reveals her people are a Manawi, mind-swapping bodies, a collective identity making individual friendship strange.
So she asks Blue about friends.
Turns the question back. Do you have friends, Blue? And how? And she defines what she wants. Understanding, exchange, victory. A game hiding in discovery.
That's a fascinating look inside her world herself. And speaking of deep dives, Red gets sent to save an Atlantis from sinking, an island she apparently hates.
Yeah, repeatedly sent to protect this place she loathes. She pushes herself to the limit, and then, in flowing lava, she sees Blue's handwriting forming words.
In lava? How is that even? Never mind, go on.
This shared hatred for Atlantis creates this unexpected bond. Blue's letter, My Careful Cardinal, reveals her own loathing, calls it dreary, Stagnant, sick as a sucking wound.
So they connect over hating the same place.
Exactly. She praises the volcano for turning it into legend, possibility, mystery. It humanizes them further. Blue also notes the layered and complex plain speech of their letters, the need to learn idiosyncratic orthography when forging handwriting.
A nod to how closely they're studying each other.
Right. And she pushes Red's earlier hunger question, asking about a hunger that might split you open, break a new thing out, beyond biological need into something profound, transformative, maybe even spiritual.
These letters are getting intense, and the delivery methods don't quit. Blue, now in London Next, spots a trap because her teacup and saucer are mismatched.
The level of detail, the awareness.
She stirs her tea, and the leaves just unclump, swirl, spindle into letters.
So elegant. It shows how embedded they are, how intricate their methods. Red's reply, dearest 00000, that's Blue's hex code color.
Nice.
Guy delves into her own past. An experiment in isolation on a barren world, like Socrates. She talks about the crushing loneliness, the need that dug into the heart of me to be seen.
Vulnerability.
Big time. And she expresses surprise that Blue has no friends, though. Blue, that's not at all what I would have thought. She had this image of garden agents curling around campfires singing old struggle songs.
So it exposes this shared isolation, despite their strengths and competence.
Yeah. It's clear the intimacy, the vulnerability in these letters is blurring the lines. Enemy, confidante. It's getting murky.
They're sharing histories, philosophies, fears. But what does it mean for agents of warring factions to connect like this?
That's the core question, isn't it? The communication itself is creating this new identity, this sort of third space, beyond their agency loyalties.
We're becoming each other's only real confidant.
Exploring identity, belonging, self within these rigid systems. This connection isn't just a side effect of the war, it's becoming central to it.
And this bond is about to be tested extremely, leading to the climax.
Right, the endgame begins.
Blue, embedded in a garden-favored timeline, writes this letter that's both a proposition and a confession. I want to give you things.
A huge statement. Meanwhile, Red feels observed, worried about a shadow.
Then a goose delivers a pouch, 6 red seeds. And the question, do you trust me?
Talk about a moment of truth.
Red, despite the risk, eats the first 3. Plunges into this swoon of intense emotion, feeling pain her engineered body usually buffers.
Vulnerability becomes trust, becomes literal sensation for Red. Blue confirms the seeds are staghorn sumac, not poison, meant to be eaten one at a time.
Chemical effect.
And Blue confesses her hunger for the thought of them living together, friends, neighbors, wishes she could be less fierce with you.
Wow.
She also addresses the shadow Red feels. Says garden agents are hard to approach, but if it's Red's own side following her, that's more complicated and troubling.
The stakes are getting intensely personal now, and Red's situation gets even worse.
More desperate, yeah.
A tree swallow delivers a damselfly carrying Blue's letter. Red knows she's being watched by her agency's seeker, feels like she's running out of air.
She's dreaming of Blue, keeping more of you inside my mind than I keep of any other world or time. The danger is immense, but the longing is stronger.
Which leads to this incredibly powerful, pivotal scene.
Confrontation.
Red chases the shadow across time, finally cornering it in a dinosaur swamp. She deliberately disables her emotional dampeners.
To feel the full impact of her isolation. So alone.
The shadow is elusive, strong, blocks her moves, and then she finds the real sumac seeds, the first ones were fake. She eats them.
And experiences this profound pain and transformation, breaking through her agency conditioning.
As she sleeps among dinosaurs, Blue's letters arrive. Dear Strawberry.
Expressing joy at infecting Red with hunger for true feeling.
Then Dear Raspberry.
Where Blue reveals her own trauma. As a child, infected by Red's agency to get at garden, causing a hunger that obliterated every other thing. Garden cut me off.
Making her alone for the first time. Shaping her.
Her eccentricities, her appetites, and finally, my apple tree. Blue confesses. Red, when I think of this seed in your mouth, I imagine having placed it there myself, my fingers on your lips. I trust you.
The layers of trust, shared trauma, it's incredible.
And Red, just overwhelmed by this, makes her own declaration. I love you, Blue. Have I always, haven't I? Like your victory, love spreads back through time.
She wants to be alone together, live in contact, figure out what that means. It's a complete shift in her whole world.
A total reorientation. But the agencies? They're always watching.
Always manipulating. Red gets summoned by Commandant. They know Blue is grooming her. They know Blue orchestrated their meetings.
The hammer falls.
Commandant orders Red send a message using genetic steganography to trap and kill Blue.
The ultimate paradox. The heartbreaking test. Genetic steganography. Encoding a message in DNA. Invisible, insidious.
Red crafts the poison letter designed to kill Blue.
In this desperate loving act, she hides another message in the message they have hidden inside hers. A real letter. Love and warning.
Hoping Blue spots the trap, doesn't read the poison part. She says, I would rather break the world than lose you.
The hatred for doing it, the love driving it.
Yeah.
Palpable.
And Blue. She gets the poisoned plant as an apothecary's apprentice. She knows it's a trap. She sees the obvious geomantic script, the warning, sees the crude binary code inside.
She understands Red's warning.
Yet, she deliberately eats the berries, excruciating pain, thinking I was always going to eat it down to the root.
Breathtaking self-sacrifice.
Her final letter, oh, Red, confirms she understood everything, accepts it. I loved you. This is how you win, Red. A long game. You played me like a symphony. Proud of you for such a magnificent betrayal.
That complex web. Love, loyalty, calculated sacrifice. Red designs a death trap to save Blue. Blue accepts it to protect Red. It's beyond warfare.
It's this deeply personal struggle for connection, for meaning. Blue's line about the magnificent betrayal, it's not bitterness.
No, it's acknowledgement. A strategy putting their bond first. A victory of their connection over their missions.
And that sacrifice leads us to the reckoning. A totally new future.
The resolution, or maybe the beginning?
Red, full of grief and guilt, goes back to the shop, finds Blue dead. Blue's hand clutching a letter revealing Red's real name.
Red grabs it, flees, pursued by both sides, ends up at the end of the world.
About to jump, but she turns, sees the Seeker, who's...
No agency creature after all, and no garden thing either. Red hands a letter to the Seeker, revealed to be Blue.
Mind blown. The scale of Blue's plan. Sacrifice becomes a new beginning.
Masterful. Her final letter, my dear hyper-extremely red object, explains it all. She anticipated the trap, died by my own hand, and was raised by yours.
She planted Red's letter to trigger the agency tracking guiding Red's path.
And then the proposal. Suppose that we defected not to each other's sides, but to each other.
We're the best there is. Shall we do something we've never done?
Shall we build a bridge between our shifts, a space in which to be neighbors, to keep dogs, share tea?
It's a breathtaking vision. She gives Red instructions to escape.
Red performs autosurgery to disable tracking, retraces their letters, consuming parts of Blue's, adapting, fights her past self, the shadow of her conditioning.
Enters Garden, this hostile place, using the Blue in their connection.
Finds young Blue, the princess, in her creche, gives her blood mixed with Red's antivenom, to taint juvenile Blue, the most delicate shade of red.
Giving her hunger, a chance for individuality, escape from Garden's control.
Red then escapes, broken, into a desert, gets captured by Commandant, refuses to betray Blue.
And then the guard, who delivers a final letter in her cell.
Is Blue, again, admitting the long con. I planted your letter, I had to submit to you, confessing a little greed for the last word as well as the first.
And asks again, join her. Build that bridge. A space in which to be neighbors, to keep dogs, share tea.
It's the ultimate triumph of their connection over everything else. Blue's strategy turned everything into this coherent plan for mutual defection.
It's radical, winning by redefining winning. Not destroying the enemy, but building something new together.
A testament to rebellion being for a different kind of relationship, not just against a system.
What an incredible journey we've taken. Red and Blue, transcending their agencies, using letters as weapons, their bond as the ultimate weapon.
It truly shows the power of communication, even in dangerous forms, to transform adversaries.
And redefine what victory even means. This story really makes you wonder, when powerful systems are locked in endless conflict, is the ultimate rebellion the only path to a different future, not choosing a side,
but choosing each other?
This deep dive has only scratched the surface of their story. We invite you, the listener, to ponder their motivations, the courage it takes to defy everything.
And maybe think about what it means in your own life to build a bridge when the world seems determined to keep everyone apart.